Kampala was designed for 150,000 people. Kampala now has a daytime population of 4.5 million people, largely still using the same routes from the 50s and 60s.
To a great extent, it is true. We prioritize road transport and public transport at the expense of non-motorized transport. Yet, you'll find that 42% of trips in Kampala are done on foot. You find that those people don't have spaces where they can safely operate. There is a need for a paradigm shift.
In 2012, Uganda adopted its first non-motorized transport policy. In 2020, a 1.95 kilometer non-motorized transport corridor was opened in the heart of the city. In 2021, Uganda assented to the Global Plan for the Decade of Action for Road Safety 2021-2030.
The resolutions encourage member states, including Uganda, to make efforts to ensure the safety and protection of all road users through safer infrastructure by taking into account the needs of motorized and non-motorized transport users.
As Kampala Capital City Authority, we've decided to prioritize the non-motorized means of transport. The NMT corridors we have that are active on Lumu Street and Namirembe Road. And we have future plans to extend them to Button Street, Speak Road, and also on the passenger rail, which is a commute from Namamve to Kampala, which takes place every day, taking working commuters to and from work.
We need to do more of this, not only in Kampala, but also in other towns and cities, because this is where people spend 12 hours, from 7 to 7. And that environment should be homely and friendly enough. It's always a mirror that when you see someone decently dressed, someone comfortable with a child, an old person on the streets, someone with their bags, that they're not scared, that's a safe city.
We understand that funding for non-motorized transport infrastructure is very limited, but we can use small funds for tactical urbanism efforts to test interventions, to raise awareness, and to get community buy-in and their views. Such tactical urbanism efforts in the long run help to optimize larger scale funding when they are secured. Public infrastructure for cycling in Kampala is very limited. It is not well understood and often abused. Cyclists have to make do. WRI has installed more signage on the bike lane, and we're also testing a wayfinding signage to improve the experience of pedestrians. World Resources Institute, through the Bloomberg Philanthropies Initiative for Global Road Safety, and in partnership with Kampala Capital City Authority, Ministry of Works and Transport, and Uganda Sustainable Transport Network, organized an Open Streets event to raise awareness on the importance of NMT infrastructure. This tactical urbanism effort focused on cycling. We are also partnering with the city for the first bike share program, this pilot that will run for 2 weeks. Through this pilot, we want to understand how the city could partner with private sector so that there is more ownership and protection of this infrastructure. KCCA will be installing more bicycle racks along the NMT corridor and later throughout the city. We hope that together with government ministries, agencies, and the private sector, more people can be encouraged to walk and cycle, giving decision makers and funders even more impetus to provide not only for better NMT infrastructure, but for an integrated public transport system.